Strategically located in the heart of Southeast Asia and on the Strait of Malacca, one of the world's most important shipping lanes, Malaysia is an attractive market for many American businesses. Malaysia has transformed its economy from a producer of raw materials into a multi-sector economy with annual growth rates over 4%. Malaysia is an attractive export market as it has a largely English-speaking population, the ability to repatriate capital and profits, a well-established legal framework, solid infrastructure, and an affinity for American-made goods. Moreover, e-commerce is booming, with 50% of Malaysians now making purchases online, and 47% of mobile phone users buying things with their devices. Generally, the best market entry strategy is to work with a local distributor or representative. Also, government-linked corporations play a big role in the economy, and selling to them usually requires partnering with a Bumiputra ethnic Malay-owned company. The U.S. Commercial Service has experts at its office in the capital of Kuala Lumpur to help match American businesses with qualified local distributors and partners. The Malaysian market could be a very profitable one for your business if you do your homework. So why should U.S. companies export to Malaysia?
Malaysia is a very interesting country. It has a wide range of people. It has a mix of Malays, Chinese, Indians, and indigenous people. Unlike many of the more developed countries, it is not overburdened with a very large group of retiring people in their population. They actually have a very young base. I think it's really important for an exporter to Malaysia to be aware of a couple things. One is the opportunity that lies beyond Malaysia in the greater Asean region. Malaysia is one of several countries in the region. It's the second largest economy in that region. And there are a lot of opportunities to develop synergies, even though the markets have their own individual differences.
Malaysia is a beginning hub of energy, oil and gas. There's a lot of new oil fields and reserves being found there. A lot of them starting to open up finally, even though the price of oil is down. They're still just on their beginning infrastructure of starting that. And so there's a lot of opportunity for us in Malaysia and Indonesia.
It's a multicultural society. It's a Muslim country. It's important to understand, for example, halal, Sharia, Islamic financing when you go to develop your business in Malaysia. Personal relationships are really important. It's a high contact culture. Sometimes American companies are viewed as being there for the short term. Malaysian companies look for partners that they can develop long-term relationships with. It's difficult for companies when they go to a new culture to really know what to do and what not to do because it's new to you. But that said, people don't expect Americans necessarily to understand the finer points of culture on the first meeting. So general politeness, listening to your partner, asking questions, providing answers, being prepared, having a basic understanding of the country and its history and its people, I think is always just good prep work in general.
When we first started exporting into Malaysia, or anywhere probably in the Southeast Asia region, the one piece of advice I would give to new companies coming in is check your contracts. They are some very specific rules about how you can deal with the companies who is at fault for specific things that occur, etc. Very different from what we experience in the U.S. or pretty much anywhere else in the world. So turn to either U.S. Commercial Service for advice or get yourself a good lawyer.
The U.S. Commercial Service has a regional office in Singapore that coordinates activities throughout ASEAN. Singapore is also a hub for a lot of regional shows. So when a U.S. company comes to Malaysia, if they think regionally, there are many opportunities in the region to participate in the shows in Singapore, to talk to my colleagues in other countries. We are increasingly seeing companies requesting multi-country gold keys so that they can make one trip to Asia and to Southeast Asia and meet with several potential distributors in different markets on one trip.
Want to learn more about exporting to Malaysia? Explore the Malaysia Country Commercial Guide on export.gov or connect with a U.S. Commercial Service trade professional. Brought to you by the U.S. Commercial Service, part of the U.S. Department of Commerce's International Trade Administration.